Of course, Russia is open to partnerships, and we see that, for example, the partnership with the OPEC countries has allowed the Russian budget to earn an additional 40 trillion rubles, as well as more than 400 billion euros, which is an important indicator of cooperation with Russia and other countries. We also see that there is a great interest in investments in Russian projects, including in the Arctic, and this is manifested both by Asian partners and Middle Eastern partners. The Russian Fund for Direct Investments is actively investing in various projects, including technological projects. We see a very high potential in import substitution. We have already invested a lot of money in such projects, and in the near future we will announce some more projects in the field of import substitution. Also, of course, supporting the exit of our technological companies to the markets of the countries of the Global South. We see that our companies are in great demand, including in the energy sector. Accordingly, we are actively cooperating with partners around the world, and we see that those countries that have abandoned Russian energy providers, these are mainly European countries of course, are experiencing great economic difficulties precisely because of the refusal of Russian energy providers. We estimated these losses to be more than €1 trillion. They continue to increase. And we see that the economy of Russia, we estimated these losses to be more than €1 trillion. These losses continue to increase. And we see that the slow growth that Europe is showing, and in principle, those economic problems that are occurring in Europe, they are precisely due to the fact that Europe is ideologically reducing the supply of Russian gas, although, by the way, the supply of LPG is growing, and these ideological mistakes lead to the fact that the economy of Europe is in a rather deplorable state. As for cooperation with the United States in the Arctic, well, first of all, we see very significant attempts to disrupt any dialogue. And today, Alexander Vasilyevich Bortnikov spoke and talked about the attempts that Britain is making in order to damage and disrupt the dialogue with the United States. Indeed, this is very important because the titanic forces are being thrown so that there is no dialogue between Russia and the United States, no projects between Russia and the United States. And therefore, it is still important for us to keep in mind that American companies are interested in doing joint Russian-American projects. They are interested in joint projects in the Arctic. And Russia, based on its national interests, is certainly also ready to invite minority shares in some Arctic projects of American companies. But it is important that there are just titanic attempts not to let this cooperation develop. But we believe that over time it will develop in a positive way, despite those aggressive attempts not to allow it. Many American companies turn to our energy companies. You can ask our energy companies about communicating with them, and they are interested, of course. They are waiting for a political signal, when this interest can be turned into specific agreements. But the fact that this interest and discussions are underway on the introduction of a large number of projects is a fact.